What's good, y'all? Happy New Year. This your girl, Galaxy Queen Star. All right, y'all. So I know I have been MIA for a little while, but life happens. I fell in love over the summer, and all my time I was given to him, basically. Okay, but I still love battle rap. I still was in tune, and I kept up of what was going on in battle rap. All right, so being that the year 2020 ended, I wanted to do my top 10 battle rappers of 2020, the ones that was active for 2020. All right, so I'm gonna start with number 10 at the bottom. So number 10 is Danny Myers. He makes my list. Okay, he battled a lot of battle rappers for 2020. Ill Will, Easy to Block Captain, Holmesy the God, Jay Murder, KD, Pass, and A Ward. The only thing about Danny Myers is that he's not staying consistent like he used to. Almost every battle, Danny Myers used to kill it. Okay, but being that he's taken on so many battles, and on top of that, he doesn't stay with the top battle rappers. A lot of times he takes no name battle rappers, and because he's taken so many, he may slip up and start choking, and therefore his stock will drop. Okay, if he keeps messing up in the battles. So that's the only problem that I have with Danny Myers. But at the same time, I understand because he's a family man and he has a lot of children to raise, so he needs that money. All right, so now number 9 I have that made my list is Holmesy the God. I had to put him on a list, okay, because he was the winner for the Ultimate Madness Challenge. I did watch that challenge. He battled a whole lot of battle rappers, like within a 2-week span period. That was Bill Collector, Ace Amin, Saga, Danny. He even beat Danny Myers. I was impressed by that. And he battled B Dot, once he won the 25K. So I had to give him his props, okay, because Holmesy the God been killing it for 2020. He was very impressive in the Ultimate Madness Challenge, and he did his thing. Even though he didn't win at the very end when he battled B Dot, he still deserved that name status. Okay, so now we're gonna go to number 8, which is Charlie Clips. Now, Charlie Clips, he's been a long time battle rapper. He's in and out, he works for Wilder now. I don't even know if that show is still out now that Nick Canson pretty much got canceled. But he comes in and out to battle rap, he still loves the culture. So he only battled, I believe, 4 people for 2020. That's Couture, Geechee Gotti, K-Shine, and JC. So he pretty much won almost all of the battles. Okay, one thing I must say, criticism about Clips is that he's starting to stumble a lot in his rounds. Even though he has fire material, he's funny, and he can really grasp a crowd, hold the crowd, even though it's not a big crowd, but he could really catch your attention even when he is stumbling, okay, because he is a legend in the top tier. I'm still getting tired of that. You know what I mean? Like, it should be a lot of points off of that, the fact that he's stumbling a lot. He had a long choke in that battle against Geechee Gotti, and even he was able to freestyle his way out of it, but it was still a long choke. Okay, so he has to kind of like brush up on his memorization and his preparation for battles. Okay, but he knows he's so good that he could just freestyle through it, and that's why a lot of times we see him stuttering. All right, so now number 7, T-Top makes my list for number 7. T-Top was remarkable for the year 2020. He battled Bill Collector, Arsenal the Rebel. He battled B Dot. That was one of my favorite battles of 2020. And even Tay Rock early in the year for the quarantine battle. Okay, so I remember in the beginning of 2020 when the pandemic really first started, battle rap was taking an awkward step. You know what I'm saying? There was no crowds, and at first they started, remember the masks? They started off on URL, everybody was battling either through a phone or wearing masks or FaceTime in battles. It was kind of whack at first, but then they started to get creative, especially RBE, ARP. he was getting creative with his social distancing battles, okay, where they would have the mask and they would still battle, you know, just be a few people in the room, and it were pretty successful battles. So it seemed like Smack and BZ caught on to it, and they started to become more creative with their battle. They had rooftop battles, and then they started with Caffeine, and they started to have small room battles. So it got, you know, it got better over the months of 2020. Okay, so T-Top, he really did his thing in that battle against B-Dot, and that really set him high, and that's why he's number 7. Even though he didn't have a lot of battle rap, but he didn't battle that much for 2020, but the battles he had, like B-Dot, was very remarkable. All right, so now we're gonna go to number 6. I have Arsenal the Rebel, longtime legend in the game. Now, he battled a lot of people, surprisingly, this for 2020. For the social distance battle, he battled Drugs. He battled Official, Jerry West, T-Top early in the year, Bill Collector, Emerson Kennedy, and Danger Zone. So he battled a lot of people for 2020, and he had a lot of good battles. Though my favorite ones that I like from Arsenal was the battle he had against Official and the battle he had against Jerry West. Okay, those were my favorites of 2020. So now we go into number 5. I have Geechee Gotti. Okay, he's been killing it since entering battle rap. All right. Geechee Gotti also, he's a 2-time former champion of the year. He every year he goes hard, you know, but I must say this for 2020, I feel like Geechee Gotti lost a lot of battles or had a lot of debateables. I'm just gonna keep it real. So I'm gonna name the battle rappers he battled: B Magic, Saga, Jerry West he battled, Charlie Clips, he recently battled Goods, he battled Averb, and New Jersey Twerk he battled early in the year. Okay, so he did beat Twerk. The Goods is debatable. Charlie Clips is debatable, but I'm, you know, even though I had Clips winning that battle at first, but being that he had that long choke, I had to give it to Geechee Gotti. It's only fair, you know, because Clips just wasn't clean in that battle. But Clips is one of my favorite, you know, so I admit I may have been a little bit biased being that Clips was from New York, and he's like my one of my faves, but I can't really give him that battle because he was just choking and stumbling too much, even though his material was fire. Okay, and Geechee Gotti battled Jerry West. He won that battle as well, and B Magic, and he battled Saga. So since he has so many battles for 2020, and he did have some debatables and wins, I had to still put him on a list as number 5. Now we're gonna go to number 4. We getting close, y'all. Ill Will. Ill Will has been great. He's number 4 on my list. Okay, because he did early in the year battle T-Rex. Remember that social distance battle with T-Rex? Then he battled 2 people on the same day. That was Miss Miami and Your Honor. He battled 40 Cal not too long ago, John recently, and Danny Myers recently. So he had a lot of battles, but the reason why he's number 4 is because I feel like the battles that he had, most of them wasn't on his level. Like T-Rex is not on his level anymore. Let's keep it real. Miss Miami and Your Honor, he battled both of them on the same day, but that they nowhere near on his level, in my opinion. 40 Cal is no near, you know, on his level at all. Okay, the only 2 battle rappers that gave him a run for his money was John the Don and Danny Myers, and both of those battles, in my opinion, are debatable. Okay, I personally had John winning, but I admit most people had Ill Will winning that battle, but I feel like John won. And Danny Myers, I feel like it could be debated. Both of them did their thing. So that's why he's number 4 on my list. Now we have number 3, top 3. I have number 3 is K-Shine. K-Shine, I'm tired of a lot of these top battle bloggers be making it seem like K-Shine never had a loss for the last 3 years. That is not true. Even though he did win most of his battles, you know, certain rounds he did lose. Like, for example, when he battled Av. I believe he lost one of those rounds. Av got one of those rounds. Okay, but he did and even Chess. I feel like Chess got one of the rounds that he battled. Okay, Charlie Clips at least have one of those rounds. Okay, but he did beat Paste 3-0, E Hart 3-0, and New Jersey Twerk. Okay, so, and in the last few years before that, he had a great run. But we're talking about 2020. So for 2020, he only had 5 battles, and that's Chess, E Hart, Paste, New Jersey Twerk, and Charlie Clip. So that's why he makes my number 3. So now the top 2 was a little bit challenging, okay, because you know, these 2 battle rappers been really killing it the whole year 2020, been amazing, you know, doing their thing. Okay, so I was kind of iffy about who to choose for the first spot. But I had to do number 2. I had to do Chilla Jones. And even though Chilla did beat B Dot, okay, and a lot of people is basing that battle to give Chilla the champion of the year, I don't think that that's fair. I don't think that that battle should be the basis of who should win champion of the year. Okay, and I'll tell you why. They both had a lot of battles for 2020. Okay, and the difference though is that B Dot only had 1 loss for 2020. Chilla Jones have a lot of debatables, okay, and maybe a loss or 2. Okay, so that's the difference. That's why I chose Chilla as number 2, because Chilla got more debatables and maybe a loss than what B Dot got. So Chilla had battled Geechee Gotti. He did win that battle. Danger Joan. He battled Twerk. Now Twerk, I gave Twerk that win. I saw that battle and I liked that battle a lot. One of my faves for 2020. But I thought Twerk beat Chilla Jones. Then Rum Nitty, I had Rum Nitty being Chilla Jones, even though that's highly debated because they both was like on one on that night. I remember that battle. I felt like Rum Nitty took it, okay? And then he battled B Dot. He won the battle against B Dot. So that's already two losses that I can count for Chilla Jones. Now as for B Dot, he's number 1 in my opinion because B Dot only got 1 loss, and that is to Chilla Jones. But he battled T-Top, Holmesy the God, Rum Nitty, and the Saga. So he won all his other battles, okay? So that's why I said I had to give B Dot the number 1 spot, even though he lost to Chilla Jones. So now I have 3 honorable mentions, okay? My third one, I'm gonna do from bottom to top. The third one is Jerry West. Jerry West is a force to be reckoned with. Okay, he's one of the upcoming rising stars. Okay, now he took a lot of good top names like Arsenal Rebel. Was his last battle. He beat Danny Myers, and that was very, remarkable to me. I salute him for that. Okay, he had a battle with Chilla Jones, Rum Nitty, and Geechee Gotti. So he had a lot of top names already, but the reason why he's number 3 is because he lost most of those battles. The only battle I really give him is the Danny Myers battle. Every other battle he lost, even though he didn't get like what they call it 3-0 or body, he still lost, and that counts for something. So number 2 for my honorable mention is Jada Nightwing. I think he's another rising star. He almost, he made it on the first Ultimate Madness. He was one of the ones to make it towards the end. Okay, he battled Suge. He beat Suge. He battled Real Sick, Lou Castro, Fonz, and Rubando. So he's doing his thing. He's trying to come up, you know what I'm saying? So I had to make him number 2. I'm watching him. I'm seeing him, you know what I'm saying? He's making noise in the community. So he's my number 2 for honorable mentions. And number 1, I had to give it to Easy the Block Captain, okay? He was very good in the battle against Cortez. He beat Cortez. After that battle, you won't even hear from Cortez no more. Okay, he beat, I don't know if he beat Fonz. I gotta see that battle. I forgot, I don't know if I seen that. I don't remember that one. I probably didn't get to see that one. And he had a battle with Don Marino. But the battle that I like is the one he had with Cortez and Danny Myers. And I ain't gonna lie, I feel like Danny Myers beat Easy to Block, but it was still a good back and forth, and he still held his own. You know what I'm saying? I give it to Danny like 2-1. But Easy to Block Captain has some great bars and he held his own. All right, y'all. So that's it for my top top 10 battle rappers. Okay, so I'll be back with another one. Y'all have a good day. Later.